I'm Byron Scott with the CTV News Update. Topping our news tonight, the Biden inaugural campaign announces it is hosting a nationwide memorial to the victims of the pandemic. The event is set for the day before President-elect Joe Biden is sworn in. The committee says cities and towns around the country will be invited to light up their buildings and ring church bells at 5 p.m. on January 19th in a moment of unity and remembrance. So far, more than 340,000 Americans have died from the coronavirus. More than 19 million have been diagnosed with the disease. Well, more than 2,900 Marylanders have come down with COVID, this in the last 24 hours, and that's according to the state health department. 46 COVID-19 deaths have occurred as well. The total number of confirmed cases in Maryland is more than 276,000. Prince George's has the highest number statewide with more than 54,000 confirmed cases. A Gaithersburg biotech company needs 30,000 volunteers as it enters the final trial for its COVID-19 vaccine. Over the next month, Novavax plans to enroll people in the U.S. and Mexico, more than 100 sites for its phase 3 trial. Novavax says it's currently looking for volunteers who are most at risk for COVID-19.
They should have a global view. So this is a problem going on in every part of the world. And so if we show this vaccine works well here, that's going to benefit the rest of the world. That same information is the basis for licensure in South Africa, in Chile, everywhere in the world, India. So this is a very important thing for people to participate. We're very grateful for them. And most volunteers, get that.
Novavax says it hopes to receive results from the phase 3 trial in the spring. Well, if you plan to visit a county-run COVID testing site, listen up. Officials have suspended testing at the Prince George's Health Department in Largo and the Dyer Regional Health Center in Clinton beginning January 1st. During the closure, staff will be trained on how to administer the COVID-19 vaccine. These two locations will reopen for COVID testing on Thursday, January 21st. For more information on other county-run testing sites, visit the Prince George's Health Department website. Well, as we celebrate the new year, local law enforcement agencies are putting out the word, don't drink and drive. But for those who plan on imbibing tonight, there is Sober Ride, a free taxi service provided by the Washington Regional Alcohol Program. It provides for a safe way home for impaired individuals during the holidays.
And it allows that safety net for people. So we prefer people not overindulge. We prefer people to be because there's other issues that can come around overindulgence. But if somebody has had where they drank, and we encourage them, of course, not to operate a motor vehicle. It gives them that opportunity to be able to get home safely. And like I said, it's a win for everybody.
The Sober Ride taxi service is free up to a $30 fare. Callers are financially responsible for anything over $30. Go to soberride.com for the code. Well, the minimum wage in Maryland goes up tomorrow. Employers with 15 or more workers must pay staffers at least $11.75 an hour. The minimum wage in the state increases by 75 cents a year. That's until the hourly rate reaches $15 in 2025. Well, despite the pandemic, home sales in the area are doing well. According to the Prince George's County Association of Realtors, November home sold prices were up nearly 15% as compared with November of 2019. The number of days a home stays on the market remains at a record-breaking low for the second month, they say. The association says homes stay on the market for an average of 16 days, which is a 50% decrease from November of 2019. Another bright spot, the association says more homes are being sold at higher prices during these shorter days on the market. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. Back in just a bit with more.
Every 2 minutes, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer. With your help, we can end breast cancer. We are all stronger together.
Welcome back. A Baltimore cop faces charges for roughing up a man who refused to wear a face mask covering inside a grocery store. The incident happened in April. That detective now faces misdemeanor assault charges and misconduct in office. Investigators say when 25-year-old Brandon Walker refused to pull the mask down over his face, Detective Andre Pringle escorted the man out of the store. Walker, who had a cast on his right foot and walked with a crutch, allegedly began yelling at the detective, who then allegedly slammed Walker to the ground face first. Detective Pringle could face up to 10 years behind bars. Well, the county executive is saying thanks to the hardworking men and women who serve Prince George's County. Angela Also Brooks passed out lunch to frontline workers and public safety members yesterday. Also Brooks says this was her way to give back to those who continue to serve the community through the pandemic.
All of our men and women on the front lines have made innumerable sacrifices throughout this year, and we just get to spread a little joy today. And honestly, I miss seeing these guys and ladies. I don't get to see so many of them because of the pandemic. We've been distanced, and so this also is a sneaky way for me to be able to look them in the eye and to say thank you.
The event took place at the Wayne K. Curry Administration Building in Largo. Well, 2020 has been unlike any other year, but is coming to a close, and 2021 is on the horizon. It's the time of year when many people reflect on the past and make resolutions for the future. CTV News spoke to shoppers in Largo about their plans and goals for the new year.
And do you have any New Year's resolutions? I know a lot of people make them, some people don't.
No, I'm not even doing that. I'm just going with the flow of life right this year in 2021.
And what do you hope 2021 will bring for you and your family this year? Well, next year?
Just health. It's the main thing right now. Health.
You know, a healthy family, this virus gone, and able to, reconnect with family. That's it.
And community leaders in Prince George's are launching a new campaign to help residents cope with the challenges of the pandemic. It's called Reach Out Prince George's. It's encouraging people to avoid isolation and to reach out to family and friends. The campaign has released a public service announcement discouraging unhealthy behaviors. The ad says self-care is very important.
If you're feeling overstressed, living in your pajamas, avoiding friends and family, or self-medicating with alcohol or prescription drugs, reach out for professional help. If you don't have a primary care physician, please call the crisis hotline at 211 and press 1 or text 898-211. You don't have to get through this alone.
Qué lindo verla que se está cuidando. So good to see you taking care of yourself.
Thanks. I am so glad I got out of the house today.
Well, a local woman who lost everything in the Hurricane Katrina, is now lending a helping hand. Wanda Knotts founded Wanda's Hope Closet in September. The Prince George's-based nonprofit provides clothing to people in need throughout the U.S. It's even hosted a turkey dinner meal and PPE giveaway in the county recently. Knotts says surviving Hurricane Katrina was her motivation.
When Hurricane Katrina, I lost my business, I lost my home, I was homeless. Pretty much lost everything. To have everything in 1 second and to lose everything in 1 second, it was devastating. And so I remember I had to go to the shelter, and the church had to go miles and miles away to a church to provide, a type of shelter because everything was washed up in the city of New Orleans.
And if you'd like to donate clothing, visit WandaHopeCloset.com. Well, a history-making night in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs were at home taking on the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. It was a routine game until the second quarter. That's when Spurs coach Greg Popovich became enraged with the referees. The verbal altercation prompted officials to eject Popovich from the contest. That's when Becky Hammon stepped in as acting head coach. The former WNBA star has been a Spurs assistant since 2014, but last night was her moment. She became the first woman to serve as head coach of an NBA team.
It's a big deal. It's a substantial moment. I've been a part of this organization. I got traded here in 2007. So I've been in San Antonio, part of the Spurs and sports organization with the stars and everything for, 13 years.
It's a beautiful thing just to hear her barking out calls, barking out sets. And she's very passionate about the game. So, congrats to her and congrats to our league.
She really knows her stuff. And obviously she's here for a reason. She's equipped. She's intelligent. The guys have great respect for her.
The Spurs lost the game to the Lakers 121-107. A quick look now at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. New Year's Day, rainy with a high near 39 and a low around 37. Saturday, mostly sunny with the daytime temps reaching a high near 56 and a low around 38. Sunday, the rain returns with a high near 47 and a low around 36 degrees. And now for the community calendar, looking for a good laugh? Get up close and personal with comedians from around the world during the virtual comedy hour hosted by the Laugh House. Enjoy an hour of clean comedy with your family and friends every Friday from 9 from 8 to 9 p.m. For more information and to purchase tickets, call 301-877-3048. And that's our news for tonight. I'm Byron Scott. Good night and a Happy New Year.